Welcome back to Let's Play Medieval 2 Total War with me, Squawk. It happens to be the England campaign and it's the 9th episode. And when we left off we had started a war with France because France had decided to make an intrusion into my territories and I did not take kindly to it. I knew they had no friendly intentions, there were only hostile intentions abound. So I did what was right in my head and took them down, and it became a famous battle in which we won and beat the dastardly Captain Villain. So I now seek to give the French a taste of their own medicine, and I've laid siege to Paris, which we'll be able to take on in the next turn.
Hail, my
I've
king.
got Robert, who's leading a nice meaty force, or at least, you know, a bigger force than we usually bring. And we're going to bring down Paris next turn.
We shall prevail in this siege, sire.
The garrison isn't too strong, but King Phillip himself is there as well. King Phillip the Watcher, so bringing King Phillip down is going to be quite a prize. And there's also some crossbows, spears, town militia, armoured sergeants, and peasant archers. So Paris should fall quite easily. I might be able to send some troops off to Rheims in order to get that as well. We can basically take over eastern France, which would be a very big boon. However, right now money is low and we have other things to be worried about. We have to do with Tostig Sparker, which King Rufus will be attacking on the next turn. And I've also sent Henry up to Iverness in order to take it, since the Scottish attempted to take it and failed. So I'm going to move in now and grab it. I'm also going to send Philip of Dunwich back down to trade some dyes because I need those florins. I'm also hoping as this turn passes, Captain Aod doesn't attack us as well, because apparently this guy has a big claymore for me, Jimmy. So I'd rather not tangle with him, but we'll see what happens. Either way, we are going to push on to the next turn, and we're going to observe our enemies and see how the French react to me laying siege to Paris. So it looks like the French have mustered a force to come and stop me, except it couldn't quite reach me in time. So instead I'll have to just deter Philip the Watcher now and hopefully take Paris as well in the meantime. King Philip is at a slight disadvantage because strength is 5-4 in my favour and I outnumber him by a nice little portion. And we've already been through his army. His men do have slightly upgraded armour though, but then again, mine do as well. So hopefully there should be a fair fight. We just need to make sure we don't make any silly errors and we get ourselves into a nice deployment quickly before he gets any ideas. So let's jump in and fight for Paris, and then worry about that big army that's just rocked up all of a sudden.
Muster your courage, men! We march into battle!
And God has aroused the spirit of kings and princes, and I've caught a cold by the way, so I do apologise for all the sniffing. It always happens whenever I have a holiday off work.
Units, await my orders!
Right, we haven't any time to waste. The French will be preparing themselves. I do have my siege towers as well, so if it all goes well, we'll try and take the city as well. So, men, I need you to drop your towers, and we need to make a formation. We're going to make our formation here, so Billman, get into a formation, please. Archers, you need to be behind them, and you need to be ready to be firing. The enemy's armour isn't too strong, so you should be alright. Try to avoid skirmishing there. Spears, you need to be watching those flanks. We've got, what have we got coming out? Town militia, right? Town militia's fine. Knights, let's get ourselves organised over here, please. I'll again tell you what, you lot knights, keep yourselves over here. You might be of use to me. Weather is not particularly great today, which is meaning it's going to be a bit hard to see, but we've got archers just milling about all over the place. Town militia should just be wiped out by anything if I'm honest, but those French knights, especially, well, this is not just any general's bodyguard, this is a royal bodyguard, the king himself. Levies, let's get you maybe dealing with those town militias. The enemy are firing off a few shots. Levy spears, get yourselves a bit more organised. You've got the king incoming to say hello to you. Town militia, Billman, deal with them. Right, what have we got going on over here? Right, town militia, right, you should be able to deal with those. But I would rather just get the town militia in there because I want those knights elsewhere. There's plenty of peasant archers there, though it might put me in red. Oh, wait, hang on, they're defending. Ah, but he's put the armoured sergeants there. Knights, keep yourselves out of that trouble for a little longer. I've got crossbowmen trying to get themselves ready. Let's get you up and running. I think you will have opportunity to make your play here. How are we doing over here? Billman, we need to be doing everything we can to bring those guys down. Archers, I don't know why some of you are under attack. What's snuck up on? There's some town militia, right? Billman, get in there and help them out. Archers, deal with those crossbows. Use your flaming ammo.
If we continue like this, we will smash the
Actually, no, don't bother with flaming ammo, right. Levies, deal with enemy spear militia. Right, what have we got going on over here? God, the French have spread themselves all over the place. Peasant archers should be able to hold off the town militia, I'm hoping. I should try and get... Well, I've got billmen helping out. Right, you billmen, try and help out. You billmen, get up here. You might be able to bring down the enemy cavalry. Gonna get our general to safety. Right, knights.
The enemy king is slain. A worthy enemy, but no less dead for that. We must press our advantage.
I know, he was such a worthy enemy. He died in the first time we ever encountered him. Well done him. Right. That's him dealt with. Right, we've got some spear militia taking us down, and the French have pretty much fallen into a tree. The death of their king naturally is never good for one's morale. Right, men, we need to reform. Guarding formations, no chasing. They want us to chase. They want us to get close up to town defences. Let the knights deal with what they can. What have I got over here? I've got some spear militia dealing with my levies. Right, that should be all right for now. Right, general and cavalry. You've done your part. Get yourselves here. We're going to take this city now. Try and capture that gatehouse, and we should win. Cavalry, get yourselves out of there as quick as possible. Looks like we've got the general coming back out to say hello to us. All these waters have left his bodyguard, trying to zealously defend his honour. That is now dead. Right. One billman, grab a siege tower. Archers, let's get you grouped up and move it up a little bit. Oh, we never played Total War when you had a call, by the way.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Right. Enemy general's trying to make a play for our billmen. Right, billmen, drop the siege tower. Fight him off for a few minutes. I'm sending in a unit of mailed knights to help you out. They're not the greatest unit in the world, but it should help. I've got armoured sergeants incoming as well, but they're on the run, right? Yeah, the enemy. Yeah, knights. Let's not bother. At this point, the enemy has little to no morale, so we should be able to try and make our push on the city now. If we can get Paris under control, we should be able to hold out against whatever this new army is on its way to deal with us. But right, the enemy is trying to launch some rounds at us. Right, archers, counter volley. Right, billmen on the siege tower, move in and get control of the walls. We take those gates, we take Paris. Might even move the rest of my billmen up actually. Right, other billmen, make a new formation, begin moving up. They're going to try and bring down our siege tower, so we need to be in a position to stop them. So billmen, move in and help out. I'm going to send a unit of mailed knights as well to try and bring down those crossbow militia, just get rid of them once and for all. It is a risky game getting close to a town defences. That's what the French are up to, I suspect, but at the same time their morale's at an all-time low, and I really should be doing something about that, but I just have chosen not to. For now, leave it, because it's got French units pinned down and not interfering with the main body of my army. Right, we're doing a good job here. Town defences don't seem to be too interested in opening fire on me, which is absolutely fine. Just be careful about where we set foot. I don't trust that gatehouse. It could have boiling oil on, so let's not make ourselves welcome where, well, you know, not make ourselves at home where we shouldn't be making ourselves at home.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Right, send a unit of billmen to...
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
No, we're not finishing just yet. We are slaughtering every last soldier here, and we are taking Paris. If they want to bring the siege forward in my calendar, then they are very welcome to do so. Men, we are not going home just yet. We're taking Paris, we are fortifying Paris, and we are gonna make sure we are ready to deal with the French reinforcements that have been suddenly sent. There could be a trickier foe to deal with, which is why we must take this city now. It's now or never. Otherwise, we'll be forced to retreat back to Cayenne, and then that puts us back to square one against the French. If we're having a war against them, I want to make sure that by the time this war finishes, because I will send Lawrence down to negotiate a temporary truce, but I want to make sure I come away a winner. I want control of both Paris and Rheims, because then that gives me a nice juicy payoff. Okay, need to get control of this gatehouse now, but apparently the gates are actually under my control anyway, so if that is the case, I'm going to send the rest of the billmen through now. I guess the city has now been well and truly lost. So we'll get some billmen in there, help them out, because yeah, Some have already turned up actually, now just currently slaughtering. So let's have a little look at on the inside of the city. So we've still got the knights running around, but their morale is still pretty shaken down. It's already in at steady, but as soon as they engage in a fight, it seems to drop even further. Must get the levy spears heading in because we must be ready to deal with these cavalry charges. My billmen are invincible. I think I am putting them to their limits in a way. We're already wavering, and since I control the gatehouse now, it is fighting back. This is good, this is good, this is good, right. These billmen have just taken control of the walls, by the way. Not that we really need to do a lot, but... okay. Anyway, it should just be a simple jaunt up this street. If we can fight our way up to the top, we will take control of the city centre. So it really is now just a case of pushing through whatever's left of the French forces and securing victory. Billmen, hold your position, dig in, and prepare to defend against the enemy. Archers, I need you in this city now, so I want you to make a formation here and prepare to basically start volleying against anything and everything that is on its way to you. Let's get more billmen in on this area, by the way. I want the rest of these billmen taking control of the area and basically, you know, doing everything that we must do. There is an alternative route up to the city centre as well. So, tell you what, we'll split our billmen off into two groups. Two of these billmen will take this street here, so they will be there. And the other billmen, you will focus on securing control of this street here, and that'll be excellent. Guys, keep focused. Don't let the enemy just suddenly flank you because they want to. Make sure that the enemy has no cause for taking us down. Archers can just be here, play the wild card, and shoot at anything that comes towards us. If the French want to continue just trying to push against us, that plays well into my favour because I can just then just play defensive with arrows. Tell you what, archers, in fact, don't bother. I want the archers on the walls. That might even be even better. So get a unit of archers on these walls and preparing to basically rain hell upon the enemy. We'll see. I mean, I know archers' ranges aren't fantastic, but the elevation bonus might just play in our favour. So I'm going to get a unit on each bit of a wall, and that should give us everything we need to secure victory. Going to keep the knights out for the minute. We might need have a use for them soon. And all spear units, you will focus on just holding the gatehouse, making sure we don't get pushed out of the city. So we just get you there. You should be absolutely fine for now. Hold the defensive formation as always. Still, I think this has played very, very, very nicely into my favour. We're suddenly going to take Paris, and I wasn't even planning to do it this turn. I was planning to do it on the next turn, but you know what? I am happy if the French will allow me to do this. Obviously they're not, because we've got a big army to deal with. I don't think I have any reinforcements available from Cayenne though, which might make things a bit trickier. But we dig in, retrain, and we will basically we'll have one turn to prepare. So let's make sure we use that turn to its absolute maximum usefulness, because we've still got a lot of enemy units to cut through here. I don't think they're just going to surrender, but I mean, maybe if I finished the battle, it would have finished with me taking the city, but I'm just playing it safe here. I'd feel safer if we just slaughtered everything and then we could just move on in. Anyway, making sure every last billman is now ready. Archers, are we getting a move on? I hope we are. Yep, we're just now crowding into the towers, onto the walls. So we should be ready to open fire. What's incoming now? We've got some crossbowmen, unless you're right. If they dare open fire, we must close in on them. But if they're running in like this, I suspect their target is somewhere else, which strikes me as very odd. So billmen, you know what to do. I think the enemy's just being a bit desperate. No, okay. Bye-bye enemies. Right, what's coming in now? Some peasant archers. My peasant archers better. And actually some of them are now opening fire. Peasant archers, I did order you onto the gatehouse, not just to sit there. You're not going to get a very good line of sight where you are. So, right, you know what? Get on there if you're not going to listen. Archers, you have been... yeah, thank you. You have been given an order. Please follow through with these orders. Archers are going to fire missiles. Archers, yeah, maybe actually turn face rather than attempting to fire backwards, because we all know that doesn't end well. I don't even know what we're trying to fire at. How far can you guys hit? Can't hit all the way over here, so I guess I'll just shoot at anything that comes their way. That's fine. We'll let the archers expend their ammo, and then once we are expended, we can move in and finish this city off. So I think this is probably the point where we are going to just speed things up, because this might take a while, so... But we may as well just get the first shot in, like it's full slow motion glory, because that's always fun to watch. So, got these guys moving in, up the street we come. Got some archers in position now, the rest are getting into position, they'll be getting ready to fire. As you can see, we're all just lining up on the walls. One unit is now opening fire, so hopefully we'll see quite a few arrows coming down. Oh, we're going to turn and run. Right. You know what? I'm going to have a one unit, like this unit here. I do apologise. You lot, stack up behind the billman. When you're a little closer, maybe you can try and pick off the ones who retreat while the wall archers deal with whoever's on their way. That might work a little better for us. Either way, we are just going to fast forward, let the enemy just continue to wear themselves out up against my missiles, which are now just coming in. And basically any engagement that they do get in as well is just one where they're just getting absolutely wrecked as well. So, and I think once I've got these archers down, I'm going to start moving forward with the billmen as well, because we may as well. I don't think it's really worth us waiting forever against the enemy. Archers, are we moving, or are we just going to pretend to move? Come on, get a move on. Thank you. I do not like it when my units are disobedient, but then again, this is a total war game and we're in a siege, so therefore the pathfinding is always a little bit iffy. As in, units have a very hard time getting into formation. Guys, when I say get into formation, I say get into formation. Come on. Fuck's sake, guys. Come on! This is where I want the formation. I think that's the best I'm going to get there. Right. Hold position, open fire at anything that comes nearby. Getting a couple of kills now, so archers, go for it. Hold the guarding formation, do not pursue. Who is attempting to move here? Right. I don't know what you guys are doing. Tell you what, put yourselves there and see what you can shoot at. Obviously hold the guarding formation as well. Some of my units are just completely hopeless, I think. Right, I think the French have given up. I want 2 units of billmen to move up and prepare to take this street. We'll flank the enemy because they're trying to flank us. Ooh, hello there. Right, what are you up to, France? Let's zoom this back on my pin. I think they're going to try and pull around our flank and try and get a big switcheroo on us. Right, billmen, I want you to hold this street and prepare yourselves for a fight. And do not loosen your formation, by the way. I did not need to press it. Right. Formation controls on this city are so fucking shit. Right, guys. One formation. One formation. Right. Hold that area. French are coming. You two, move up, capture this plaza while no one's looking. Except the bodyguard is on his way to deal with you, but there's only 12 of him left. I think you are very capable of dealing with him. I'm going to try and get some of the archers maybe up to the city centre as well. Oh, yeah. Some of the archers, not all of the archers. You archers, I want you to make your way up this street and help take control of the plaza as well. Let the rest of the peasant archers just continue dealing with the enemy. Looks like some are going to try and make their way up here. So, spears, which one of you is the strongest? Come up here and hold on to this area. Looks like that French attack was a ruse to make me move my formation. Some are going to try and open fire, so send some spears up there. Billman, looks like the French were very committed to this flank attack. Move up, and we're going to slaughter the crossbows now. We're going to move in for the final kill now. What a crap city this is, by the way. It's all horrible and rainy. Right, Billman, I don't want you to go insane. Just hold that bit of a street first. Let's see how we can deal with the enemy. It's just town militia. They might come to us. So as far as I can tell, their ranged units are engaged elsewhere, though they are bringing the crossbows back. But that's mainly because they're in retreat. So I might just play it on our favour. I probably should just bring in the mailed knights and just finish this off. But I'm going to keep the mailed knights at bay for now. I'll have a use for them in the next battle. So for now, I'd rather just keep them up to speed, because I don't quite know what our training facilities in the city are like. I mean, I've got lots of nice buildings, but I haven't quite learned what they all look like yet. I mean, obviously, I know what the fucking church looks like. It looks like a church, doesn't it? But, you know, I don't know where, like, you know, key strategic structures are. Billman, I did not order you to get that close into the battle, by the way. You might want to just turn around. Right, what have we got going on over here? Right, crossbowmen are having a go at us. Right. Where are the rest of my billmen at? I think we need to prepare to attack, because those crossbows are just going to start eating us. Billman, move in and slaughter the town militia. You billman here. Billman group 2. Move in and bring down the crossbow militia. Spears, you're in your way as well. Don't run it though. Either way, billman, move in for the final kill. Let's bring these guys down once and for all. Right, billmen are engaging the town militia. They're wavering, so their ability to fight is going to be pretty weak. That and that they are just a weak unit anyway. They are like, you know, like the lowest unit of the lot. Armoured sergeants are wavering, but they are going to put up a tougher fight, so we must try and surround them and just basically outfox them in a way. Right, spears, you're close enough. Run in there. Disrupt the crossbows, because I'm losing a couple of billmen now. They are beginning to rout. Understandable. I might have thrown them into a bit of a battle where the odds are somewhat against them. Right. Tell you what, bring in the cavalry. Get them charging up this street here. Peasant archers, I don't want you throwing in the mix just yet, so hold your position. Right, spears, just keep clashing into those archers. Keep them busy. Billman here, you're doing an excellent job. You are they're trying their hardest to hold out against the armoured sergeants, who are, they're a tough unit to deal with. So keep it up for now, lads. Well, their morale is getting low, but I have the general inbound. He is coming in as fast as he can. Spears, get the rest of the levy spears up here as well. Get them in as fast as possible. They're fresh. They should be able to do a quick little run. Okay, you billmen, try and swarm into the centre of the city and provide support against those armoured sergeants. They're the key unit that needs to be taken out, and the spears should be very capable of just bringing down the archers. Crossbow militia, I don't know how well armoured they are though. I think they only wear padded armour, so they should actually be pretty manageable. That's if there are even any left. I think they've all been taken down actually at this point. Yeah, they're all dead. Alright, General has just arrived. He didn't come down the street I wanted him to, but he's still here. That's all that counts really. Right, General, basically flooding the street now, which might be, yeah, it's going to get a little bit messy. Alright, billmen, try and push towards the spear militia. Cavalry, I need you to push into that town militia and provide help against the armoured sergeants and maybe whatever's left of the king's bodyguard, which are just now the last of his followers, the last of his measly advisors. We'll bring them down. Just riding Robert doesn't get killed somehow. Right. How are we doing now? How are we doing? Slaughtering the enemy, that's what we're doing. We are absolutely killing them. Billman, keep it up. You can do it. Just, yeah, go on. Ooh, he went in for the big hit, but it didn't quite work out for him. Some men are also getting quite bloody. Why are you not wearing a helmet, you idiot? Come on. Right. We need to uncongest this. Guys, let's try and sweep around and squeeze in where there's space. Come on. Those archers will go down. I wish someone had been a little smart and come down this way, but obviously I should be more micromanaging with my pathfinding, shouldn't I? Either way, we are just basically swarming and overwhelming at this point. Right. Cavalry, form up over here, please. Just focus. Just make that the only thought in your head. Just get over there. Billman, I want you all to focus your fire on bringing down those armoured sergeants, because I don't want the cavalry fighting the armoured sergeants, but they will attempt it nevertheless. There's only 18 of those armoured sergeants left for Robert. You want to make a target of dealing with the enemy general when you're not completely flipping out and spazzing everywhere. The spear militia are also a little bit of a tangle-y foe. Right, levy spears. Focus on bringing down those militia spears now. We need to get rid of them because the knights are blocked in, and this is getting quite annoying when the pathfinding completely fucks you, and it's even more annoying when you know it's your own fault. Right, General, come on, get a shift on, get around the back. There we go. We've got control of the city now at least, so it should now just be a case of bringing down the last of the enemy. Still, I think I've had a few more losses than were necessary, but at the same time, I am now very happy to have swept the King of France under the rug. Perhaps this will force him to consider peace with me, and to not make further incursions into my lands. Right, who's left? Who's still living? Who still dares breathe?
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Good job, men. France has been dealt a serious blow. We lost nearly a third of our men, however, which is quite a cost, but you know what? We have done glorious slaughter onto King Phillip the Watcher. So I am very pleased. He wasn't watching when I killed him, that's for sure. Still, good performance all around by my men. I think the last bit, yeah, I could have played smarter. Oh well. We have Paris. That is my prize.
Glory, honor, victory! My lord, our courage and honor have conquered.
Occupy the settlement. We must make sure it's at full strength. Do not just do any destruction. I think that was the King of Scotland dying. They really have been dealt a bad hand in this campaign, haven't they? Right, anyway, King Rufus has got a new person to adopt. He's called Giles Brown. Comes with only one command, but he's already quite loyal. And his piety is okay. He's a drill master though, which gives him less morale, but more movement. Alright. He's also loyal and he's religious. I'll allow him in. And we have a new mission to blockade the port of Bordeaux, which will reward us with some military units. Okay, I can do that. Barnaby,
Ready, sire.
moving to Bordeaux and initiate a blockade.
We'll drop anchor until morning, sire.
Anyway, end of turn report. We're actually doing quite well. We've actually made a profit. That's a good thing. And we're actually now third overall in production, so that is that's good. That's good. Holy Roman Empire remains the overall best faction, but we have now become the largest faction thanks to our conquest of Paris. Now, what do we know about Prince Geoffrey, who I have probably annoyed?
May we meet on the battlefield, you and I.
He's got a big army. That's what we know. So, right, what is available for retraining? Nothing. Right. Let's merge everything we have then. Or at least merge what can be merged. Right, that should do, right. We only have 2 recruitment slots. A ballista could come useful in the battle though. It's just going to be a big impaling thing. But then again, is that going to be good in a siege? No, recruit additional spear militia. I think we'll be better off with that. Faction. Well, then again, I would rather take Prince Joffrey on the field, but then again, we need to wait for reinforcements. Right, he might turn tail though. Robert, by the way, has now gained free command, and he is a noble ruler. Construction report: London has crop rotation, and Rheims has established a new port. And recruitment report: Cayenne has recruited us some new billmen, Rheims some town militia. Nottingham has done some retraining. Right, cool. So Paris, is there anything that we can build in Paris that may be of immediate use? Blacksmith will be useful, really. But I think for now, no. It's not that I'm like thinking, oh, I'm going to lose Paris, but I want to be wary of keeping it.
Your orders,
Lawrence,
sire.
can we make our way to France and try and initiate a peace talk with them?
Dignitary, sire.
And there's Magdeburg, by the way, owned by the Holy Roman Empire. It is not in your way. Just
Without
walk
question,
around it.
Sire. Tomorrow's journey planned out, sire.
Right.
Tomorrow's journey planned out, sire.
We'll have a chat with the French and see if they're ready to stop fighting me. Right, Cayenne. Can I get reinforcements to Paris? I could get some reinforcements to Paris within a turn.
Sire.
I could send for some additional billmen and archers. That'd be a good idea. Get them in Paris this turn, and that will help us hold the city should things go wrong. It does leave Cayenne quite weak, though, but ooh, he could reach us in one turn.
To attack.
Right, that's fine. That's fine. If we see him coming, we'll deal with him. We'll catch up with him. Because as far as we know, he doesn't have any artillery used to take down the city in one go. Building a practice range would be a good idea as well to get us some bowmen. But what's our profit margin today? It's still pretty precarious. Having at least 1,000 gold per turn is good, but we need to be making that ideally like 2,000 or 3,000 per turn in order just to allow us to continually build up our forces. But we'll worry about all that in a minute, because first things first, we've got some battles to do. First things first, you, Henry.
Hail, my king!
It's going to take you time to reach Iverness, because apparently things are just always in your way. So
honor,
move
sire.
close to Edinburgh, and then
I'm afraid
try
not,
and get
my
further. I don't know how David's now the king of... David is now the king of Scotland. Don't know how long he'll last. I think he'll just die randomly. Honestly, I think the Scottish are actually just going to get eliminated from this very, very soon, and they're just going to be eliminated by really loss of faction family members. They're not going to be lost by, you know, losing all their settlements or anything. No, it ain't going to be that. Right. Right. Rufus,
An order.
King of England, deal with Tostig. Make it a good battle, please.
They'll wish they'd never been born, sire.
Okay, so Tostig Sparker, as we've already dealt with, is just a fair-haired young lad who thinks he's really tough. He's got peasants, archer militia, spear militia, and 2 units of town militia. This guy should go down pretty easily. Let's get in there and deal with him. We have a strength ratio of 2-1 in our favour, and we outnumber him by 200 men.
Show no mercy! Kill them all! I've heard men speak well of me because I do not throw lives away needlessly, and I gain victory for those who follow me. I will not use false modesty and deny these things. Indeed, I say proudly that they are true. I will give you victory, if you have the guts to fight like devils when I ask it. These rebellious knaves and villains are not fit to breathe the same air as we honest Englishmen. They must all die before dawn comes again. This is a mercy, because they richly deserve the gallows for turning against their betters. And so I say this to the enemy general. Are you looking at my bird? Are you? Huh? Come here and say that, you Nancy.
Okay, so leaving Rufus in the Liverpool area is now having a bad influence on him. He's slowly becoming scouse. I don't know what it is with all the Liverpool hate in this Let's Play. I honestly love Liverpool, though I have never set foot in that town. Would like to visit one day very soon. Right, anyway. Billman, let's get ready. Let's get ready. Get ready to do some rumbling, tumbling, crumbling. Well, if we're crumbling the enemy, we're not crumbling ourselves. Right, Spears will be having the prestigious duty of dealing with the enemy general whenever he dares show his face. But Billman are going to be the front line. However, peasant archers will be at the super front because I want them to try and bring down some enemy units. Hobilars will be used as we have used them before. They're going to be used as a mere light flanking and harassing cavalry. Get them in, get them out. It seems how they are best equipped for now. But at the same time, well, actually no, never leave a Hobilar in combat. They're not built for that. But they're good for leading and distracting. That's what they're good for. They're a diversion cavalry. Anyway, men, I think I've got you all sorted out there. Let's move in and kill ourselves some rebels. Get rid of this Tostig, whoever he is. What is he, a Viking who hasn't quite gone home yet? Dude, the Age of the Vikings fucked off ages ago. Right, it's going to be us against their archer militia. They're going to beat us, so we best start moving in. Still, I know it's pretty throwaway of my peasant archers, but at the same time, that buys me time to start moving in, because the peasant archers will probably, well, you know, the archer militia, they'll be distracted. They'll want to play with my archers. So we'll start moving in. Get ready to start hitting. So all units just start moving up. It's going to be a pretty simple, straightforward match. Hobilars, begin moving up on the flank. Rufus, begin moving up on the flank as well. I'm going to try and have him 1v1 the general. And actually, speaking of 1v1ing the general, this episode in particular is being recorded during the course of E3. So, two things about E3. Well, three things about E3. One, I don't give a shit about E3. I think hype is an absolute cancer on a video gaming industry, but that's just me being cynical. 2, me and Tengu will be making a podcast about E3, about our thoughts and feelings on the stuff that's been announced. So if you want to hear me whinge my arse off about how the gaming industry is utter shit, tune in for that very, very soon. And 3, I saw the new gameplay for Three Kingdoms, and I will say I was very, very impressed, because I mean, honestly, I was I actually didn't really have any like fears about the game being like, you know, bad or anything. I was just wondering what Three Kingdoms would bring to the table, you know, what's going to be the next big thing for Total War. And the way the generals duel, I think that is going to be so interesting. It's going to add a new element to battle, like, you know, it's going to be a case of like trying to keep your general safe, and but also at the same time trying to find a way to funnel him to the enemy general so they can just 1v1 and bring each other down, and, you know, basically effectively just turn the entire course of a battle in a way. Right, looks like we have a chance to try and play with the enemy archers, but as theirs are in retreat. So tell you what, Billman, hold your position. Spears, do the same. Make your formations here. Let the archers just quickly loose off a couple of shots into the town militia. The archers are in retreat, and it might be a good idea for Rufus to try and mill a couple down. Hobilars, you're getting in a little too close. If I can just hit those archers, I can send a unit of Hobilars to finish them off once and for all. Just be wary of the enemy general. He is watching us, and he is waiting for his opportunity. Alright, Rufus. Let's just control this engagement. Double time it through that enemy formation, and you brought them down. Excellent, right. Rufus,
our men are
pull yourself away.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Right, enemy's going for a full-on mega charge in. Billman, hold your position. Spears, prepare to flank round and help out. Hobilars, come in and smash this... come in and smash this flank wide open. Spears, get in there. You lot get in there, start hitting. Rufus, bring down the enemy general. It was apparently a unit of English knights. They could be quite tough, actually. Seems to be a relatively balanced engagement in a second. So, Rufus, I know you're King of England, and I know you want to die in battle because that's kind of your thing, but try to not do it in a battle against rebels. Try and do it against a battle against French people. Hobilars, good job of bringing down his flank. Right, Hobilars, focus your attempts on just chasing and harassing now. If it's running away, I want you dealing with it. And that should keep the enemy in check. Billman, keep moving up. Hobilars, they're still broken. Go for it. I mean, I know the archers are trying to charge him, but you should be able to deal with it. I mean, come on. You've got your little swords.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Excellent. Rufus seems to be holding up just fine against the enemy general, but I might send a unit of spears just to give him a help. Levy Spears, can you go and lend Rufus a hand? I don't want him dying, please. Right, Hobilars, you're doing an absolutely excellent job of sweeping down the enemy. They're all getting absolutely flummoxed. A couple of them are going to try and fight it to the death, but honestly, they're just completely outnumbered, overwhelmed. We don't have a chance. End of story for them. Right, Hobilars, keep it up. Move in, sweep in. That's what I'm just going to use these guys as now. Might try and keep at least one unit of Hobilars per army. They're great for just sweeping away the trash. Right, Spears, or whatever you are, Billman even, just get in the back of these knights and just give Rufus a hand. He's not losing a lot of men, but if he was to die, then that would be quite serious. I mean, he's looking a bit bloodied, so it's alright. He's got friends incoming. Don't know where the enemy. There's the enemy general, right?
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Kill them all, lads. Kill them all. I don't take kindly to rebels, and I have this horrible feeling he might still continue existing if we allow him to live. So finish Tostigov once and for all. Right, how are we doing over here? Town militia's going down any second. Right, come on. Finish them all off, lads. Fantastic. Right. Looks like whatever's left of the enemy general is trying to get away. Hobilars, if you're nearby, try and help out, because you guys are fast and nippy, so you might be able to bring him down. But it looks like for now, Tostig is going to escape. He is an absolute coward. Oh, his cavalry is armed with axes, by the way. That's quite interesting. Keep up a good chase, Rufus. That's all I'm going to say. Keep up a good chase. Well, it looks like for now, he has slipped through your fingers. He killed a lot of his men there.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Good victory. Tostig has been wiped and our losses were minimal. I'm very happy with that little victory there. And right. Couple of trait increases as well.
Such is the fate of all who oppose us.
Okay. Right, anyway, King Rufus has now gained another command star. He's also now cruel and cunning, which is giving him additional dread. And he also now feels appreciated, so that gives him additional loyalty. But he's the king, so I don't know why he wouldn't be loyal to himself. By the way, we can recruit some stuff. We can recruit some mercenary cogs, bowmen, crossbows, and spears. But I don't want to. Yeah, I picked up a weird trait, by the way, that is making you going, are you looking at my bird? Oh, he's become a night fighter, by the way, so he can now fight at night. Ooh. I guess it's because he's a social drinker now or something, or... yeah. Or he's sanguinary, but that isn't really about it. Right. Rufus, return to London and prepare to, well, actually no, return to Nottingham first for retraining, and then prepare to sail out to France or something like that. I need to make up a plan for you.
We go no further today.
But let's continue planning out the rest of his turn. So, Paris, we are training additional spear militia, and we get put in reinforcements from Cayenne. So, we might hold this one out, hopefully. In terms of construction, I kind of want to leave it a turn just because of the present Prince Joffrey. Because there's nothing here that really takes a turn to build, so it's really a big commitment in money from me. So, I'm not going to build anything in Paris until I am certain that this guy has been brought down to skies. Cayenne, I know it's going to cost us money to build stuff, but oh, then again, crop rotation. Yeah, get the crop rotation up and running. We need the food and the money, and it puts us a lot less than 1,000. So unless there's nothing super decent to build here. I don't want town militia. No, I do want to start working on a town guard in Rheims very, very soon. Cayenne, any additional things you could recruit apart from your retrainings? Could get some additional archers, additional mailed knights, but they're super expensive to make. Get another unit of levy spears, just to make sure your garrison is up to scratch in case we get an attack from this town. Right, London could maybe recruit some additional troops for me as well, but it's just spear militia. Nottingham, oh yeah, another billman. Get another billman, always with a billman, right. I think that's a good place to call it another turn, actually, and await our fate. Let's see what the wicked enemy French leader does to us now. Wait, he's a French prince. So let's see where the French prince goes and see if he tries to do something. Oh, by the way, can you retrain that cog or something now? Alright.
Ships ready.
Now then again, Nigel is at full strength. Alright, that's fine. Not really interested in dealing with pirates around Scotland. That's Scotland's problem for now. I don't even know what's going on here.
Well met there, friends. Aye, dear ally.
I think the Scottish are just going to die any minute. Anyway, let's move on to the next turn and, yeah, let's keep on moving. And we have infiltrated Ivernus once more, by the way, which gives me a 32% chance of busting these gates open. We know he infiltrated, we don't need to see the film. And by the way, Giles Brown has now been betrothed by someone called Druetta Ufred. Or Utred. Sounds quite German, but I'll have it. Join the family, right. I don't know what the French were doing with this guy, by the way, Captain Girard. Still, Prince Joffrey's
on the battlefield, you and I.
slowness gives me an extra turn to potentially recruit additional troops. Get a unit of archer militia prepared, and one more unit of spear militia. If he doesn't attack, we could take it down with a full stack of, well, a full stack of units basically, which would be give me a higher chance of victory, and then could allow me to make a move against Rheims. End of turn report, by the way. Lost money. I was a bit overspendy. By the way, Alison and Thomas have been born. Recruitment report: Nottingham some billmen, Cayenne some levies, Paris some spear militias, and that's all really. War has been declared between the Holy Roman Empire and Venice. Ooh. And marriage celebrations. Giles Brown has now married Duetta Brown, or, well, she's now called Duetta Brown. It wasn't some sort of weird freak inbreeding thing. Right. Henry, are we going to make our move on Ivernus today? We are. Get yourselves up there, and if the gates are open, I'll authorise your attack.
Laying siege, noble sire.
Right, the gates have not been open, so we must siege the settlement. Prepare 2 siege towers and 2 ladders. I'm going to hedge my bets. Oh, actually no. Prepare a ram. And then again, ram and 3 ladders. Yeah, yeah. Ram and 3 ladders. Hold the siege. We'll do a
shall
this next
prevail
turn.
in this siege, sire.
Right, Rufus,
Command
into
me,
Nottingham
sire.
with you. Start your retraining, and once your units are fully upgraded, we are making our next move. Paris. I'm feeling more confident in our ability to hold on to Paris now. So begin working on some communal farming, please. Now that already puts me on a low point of my money, so recruit an additional unit of billmen, and that's our money gone, which is a bit of a shame. Still, within the next turn, we'll make our move against Prince Joffrey, whereas everyone else is holding steady for now. Which means we'll have 2 battles to fight on the next turn, but I might call that the next episode, for we are close to an hour. To be honest, my nose is blocking up, and to be honest, my sniffing is probably now extremely annoying, so let's blockade the port of Bordeaux first, to make sure that's all sorted out.
Have their port blockaded, sire.
Excellent, and that's worsened our relations with the Papal States. Ooh. That's not... Oh, wow, we're dropping. He doesn't have a lot of good things to say about us. And yet he still fucking favours France. Right. We've got to be careful. I think we've got to bring an end to this war soonish. The Pope's getting a little pissed at us.
Yes, my
Lawrence,
lord.
how close are you to Rheims?
Approaching their dignitary, sire.
Even if we have to pay maybe
Tomorrow's
a little
journey planned
stipend
out,
of cash,
sire.
it might be worth it just to keep the Pope sweet. I would rather not be on his bad side, otherwise that could cause some very nasty consequences for us. Yeah, we'll finish Prince Joffrey, get Rheims, call it a day. It might be smarter just to recruit a new diplomat actually, but then again,
Lord, sire.
I trust Lawrence's abilities. His influence might be what it takes to win over the French and allow me to get a cheap deal out of them. That is what I would rather do. Anyway, we are pretty much at the end of this turn, so what we're going to do is we're going to end this turn, and then from that we are going to end the episode. So, let's move on. I don't know what the Scots were doing, and disaster has struck the town of Aleppo, by the way. It has been struck by a huge earthquake, which is not great. Historically, this did happen in Aleppo at the time, and it did not do the Crusaders much good. We haven't set off quite yet, by the way, in the year 1138. Diplomatic information, by the way. Poland has gone to war with Russia, and we are now at war with Portugal for some reason. Okay. Okay. Why, they're still salty I took Dublin before them because I couldn't do it right. This is a situation now. A Portuguese invasion of the British Isles would be highly annoying. But I think what they've just done is actually they've just blockaded something. Is this the
We will
no.
not surrender these waters easily.
No, you won't. You've got a bigger navy than me. Portugal, you bastards.
Yes, Your
Right.
Highness.
We're going to have to come up with a solution. End of term report, by the way, reads that we are getting richer and richer and richer and richer. Nah, I'm just kidding, we're still fucking sucking. And this blockade will not make our life much easier. Recruitment report, by the way, Cayenne has some billmen, Paris some archer militia and some spear militia, and we are retrained. Right, so plan for this turn will be, we're going to take the fight to the prince, and we're going to deal with Iverness. However, that is all going to be for the next episode, my friends, and then we're going to have to deal with a sticky situation with the Pope and Portugal. This is not very good for us, but okay. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next episode, my friends.